What up? What up? What up?
Yo,
What up?
yo, what up, killer?
Hey, nothing much, man. Let me turn my hat back around, man. Good gracious. Sheesh. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I'm feeling like $1,000,000, brother. How about you, man? You about 3 weeks out?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. My face still ain't gone all the way gone yet, so I'm kind of upset about that. You know, I got a little.
Hey,
I got
that
some
thing is
dimples.
slim though, boy.
I got some
Slim
dimples
over
though.
there.
I got some dimples. But man, we have got a good episode today because the best episodes that we found out are the ones we never talk about. Like not the ones that we
I don't know what we're talking about. So this is about to be news to me.
So this is always good whenever we, just kind of go off the top of our head because it's legitimately organic. Sometimes we have conversations before this, not planning what we say, but it almost seems like a regurgitated conversation that we have. But tonight, hey, not today.
Okay, here we go.
Not today. But first and foremost, thank you for everybody who watches. If you are not subscribed, please like, comment, subscribe. Please push this out into the algorithm. If you know a competitor that any of this information can possibly help, please send it out to them and let them hear a little bit from us. And hopefully we gain another fan or a follower, or at least just a faithful watcher. But second point of business is if you guys need trunks, shorts, any of that type of stuff, hit up ChulaWear. I guarantee you will not be upset. And I can't wait for y'all see what I got coming out for y'all.
I seen them things. For all my classic guys, man, hey, go get these velvets, dog. These are probably my favorite pair of trunks by Chula. The velvets. Woo.
Hey, what they say on Come to America? What is that, velvet?
Hey, make your girl holler now. Hey, go get you these velvets.
All right, go get y'all them velvet trunks, even if y'all don't compete in classic. But all right, but let's move forward, man. So I looked up some topics, I did some research and basically I went to ChatGPT and said, hey, what are some topics that people aren't touching or that may have not been spoken about from actual competitors, right? So the topic for today is underrated prep mistakes. I like this. So let's start off hot because I have an idea, of course, because since I got to see the questions. But what's a small mistake athletes don't realize can cost them a placing?
That can cause them a placing?
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, this one's easy. Changing the foods you eat all prep long and you change it during peak week. I think that's a big one.
Facts.
I think
I got some funny ones, or I got two. So yes, I think keeping your food consistent and staying with the same foods that you've been using, super important, right? But I think we're all guilty of this one. Hey, let me know if I'm wrong. When you're cooking that food and you keep tasting that food and try the extra macros that you get, you're like, nah, I gotta taste another one.
Yeah,
the extra macros there. I don't think that's gonna cost you a placing, but we all do it. We always try to get that taste test. You gotta make sure it's good. But I think for me, the number one thing that athletes can do that can cost them a placing would be not holding their poses while they're on stage. Like I see a lot of people will relax while they're in between poses. When they're gassed, you see them just standing there. I've seen some people what are you looking at me like that for? I got gassed out on stage before, so I know this happened to me.
No, but listen, I get that, but as we know, because we both seen it, sometimes posing doesn't even matter.
Sometimes.
We've seen it.
But I've seen recently that I guess on the amateur stage, I see somebody like everybody's holding their pose, but then that person is just standing there.
Okay.
So then while they're in the middle of comparison round and they're gassed and they just stop posing, I think that can hurt them. Now, I feel like on the pro level, or if you have a phenomenal physique in your physique, you showcase your physique. I never recommend it, but if you have a great physique and you're hitting your poses and things of that nature, then you relax for 2 seconds. Cool. But I don't recommend it, especially in men's physique, because if we ever let our abs go, that's the shot for us.
Okay. So I got two things. The first one is I heard this off another podcast.
Okay.
It was a head judge or a judge,
Mm-hmm.
and they was talking about men's physique.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, when y'all are on stage doing front double biceps and all that, that's giving them more time to pick your physique apart.
Mm-hmm.
And that could hurt you placing, because now they got eyes on you while you're doing all this crazy stuff, and that could hurt your placing. But this was different organization or whatnot. But I was like, that is true. They was like, yo, you get on the stage, you do your front turn, back turn, or whatever, and then you get off stage. But some people like to show off their legs.
And they can't pick apart these legs. I promise you. They're gonna be like, man, go classic.
And then just getting back on topic, another thing that I don't think it will hurt you during your placing, but I see this with newcomers. They spend so much time focusing on their individual routine that they forget the basic posing. The basic poses, because they're so dialed in trying to come up with this spectacular freaking stage routine that's not judged in our organization.
No, I like that. I think another one, we could go all day on these, but
hey, let's go. Shoot.
I think another small mistake is we have heard it from a plethora of people saying, oh man, like when I cut water, man, I'm gonna lose these pounds. And then they cut water and then they get on stage, or they're backstage cramping up, or they can't get a pump, or they look flat, whatever it is. Like, cutting water is not the thing. And that can definitely cost you a placing, because people always wonder, like, they look phenomenal 2 weeks out or 1 week out, and you see them posting on Instagram like, yo, this dude look great. Yeah. And then when you see them on stage and they tell you after the show, man, I haven't drank water in 48 hours, it's like, who's telling you to do this?
Right. And so that's where if they have a coach, you got to put the blame on the coach. Like, come on now. Facts. And then, like you said, even after the fact, even after they step off stage and they start drinking water and eating carbs and stuff, like the next day they're like, oh my God, I look so phenomenal. Yeah, you jacked rabbit. That's because you got water and carbs in your body now. The carbs can't do nothing without freaking water. Like,
you know what they say, man, if I look like this on stage, man, I would have, but you didn't, you know? So that actually leads us into the next question that I have over here. How often do you see people peak too early or peak too late?
Man, I can't really answer that, bro, because I really don't pay attention to what other people are doing. Like, I've been around the sport long enough where I've seen somebody look better at one show and not as crisp at another show. Mm-hmm. I've seen that, but yeah, I really can't answer that one for you. What you got? Well, let me get your answer.
I think we both have seen it, but I mean, it's not like we're paying attention deeply to people, right? So it's like, oh man, I was on for prejudging, and then when I got to the overall, I spilled over. I was looking flat, like, you know what I mean? Or I think we see that, and there are things where people will post on Instagram a week or two before, and it's like, man, this guy looked like he ready a little too early. Like, what's going on? And then you see him at the stage, and he couldn't hold that, you know?
Right.
So I have seen it. I have seen people peak late too. Like, I think they either missed the mark or their prep wasn't long enough. They try to shorten their prep and they missed their mark. And then their next show, they looked phenomenal. I've seen that as well.
Right.
Because we all know peaking, there is no magic pill, no magic diet pill that's going to make you peak 100% every time. And peaking is very intricate whenever you're dealing with, you know, so many things. That's why the only thing you can do is really just come in shape and, you know, let the rest be the rest. Mm-hmm. But I think I have seen people peak too early because, I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast when you see somebody on Instagram and then you see them at the show and you be like, yo, you look better, you know, 2 weeks ago or last week when you posted. I hope nobody said that about me, but I'm just saying, like, it happens. And then we also see people, like I said, I know for a fact, like with me, my main goal is to get through to the overall because I get better as the show go along.
Right.
So it's like I'm not like I think that means we nail our peak because I show up the most in the overalls every time. If I make it out of my class, I know that most likely those carbs are going to get pushed through. I'm going to get tighter, and then in that overall, I'm going to look my absolute best. And that's what happened at the 2023 Yorton. I think I looked significantly different in the finals than I did in prejudging.
So what would be your advice to the athletes that don't get that chance? So say like some pro shows, you only got 5, 6, 7 people, so it's one class. So there really ain't no overall. Like the first time you go on stage, that's the battle right there. You don't get to go backstage, drink water, get salt or whatever. Like this is it right here. So what advice would you give, to something like that?
Hey, Eminem said it best. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity come once in a lifetime. Hey, you got to make it. Hey, like I've been in shows like that too, but I think I can honestly say this and mean it, right? Because sometimes I can say stuff and don't mean it. I can honestly say this and mean it. Like in most pro lineups, the judges will hold you guys up there long enough to see if your body either gets better or gets worse. Especially if it's one class. If it's one class, then being on that stage for 10 to 12 minutes, your body's going to do whatever it needs to do in that amount of time. Now, some people get significantly worse in fatigue and, look watery. Some people get tighter. So, I mean, if you get one chance, hey, you better make that one chance count because it's just like you don't make it to the overall if you don't make that one chance either.
Right.
So, okay. So, last but not least, is over cardio killing more physiques than helping them?
Overdoing cardio?
Yeah. So, like, let's say your coach says, hey, I'm going to put you on 60 minutes of fasted cardio every morning, then you got 60 minutes of post-workout cardio. So you're doing 2 hours of cardio.
I would immediately leave that coach. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, but yes, I think overdoing anything can be bad for your physique, right? That's anything. So definitely, overdoing cardio could definitely be bad for your physique because at that point in time, you're not giving your body time to recover, and we all know the recovery is just as important as a trainer, right? Or we should know that. So yes, I would have to agree. I think overdoing cardio would definitely kill your physique.
Yeah, I could speak from a very honest and humble perspective here. My second coach. I actually had
What's
that.
his name?
I actually had him and this was the year I wanted to quit bodybuilding because I literally had to show up at the gym. I used to work at the gym, so I show up before it opens. I was able to get the Stairmaster, and I did 45 minutes in the morning. I would go back into the locker room, eat my meal, go work out, then had to do another 45 minutes afterwards, then go to work. And I had like 3 jobs at the time, so I was just busy. So then I realized that every time I stepped on stage with this particular coach, I also was low carb. So then my physique just looked stringy, like it had no pop to it. Imagine that, no pop to my physique. That's crazy. But so then I got to it got to a point where I was just like, yo, this feels like a job. This is like, I feel like I'm overdoing it, but I'm not getting the result that I want. So ended up leaving that coach. And then I realized like I probably haven't touched my hardest of preps. I probably hit 60 minutes max. I think that's normal. I think most people hit 60 minutes on average at least once or twice in their preps. But other than that, like I haven't been in that point where, oh yeah, we're going to do 120 minutes of cardio. All right, miss me with that.
Right. Right, absolutely.
So I'm gonna throw one more question. It's on a different topic, but I just like these. Let's see what we got. stage presence. Last but not least, because we are both posing coaches, and this can segue into us offering some people some posing help, via our Instagram pages. How often should you be practicing posing during your prep?
Every day, man. Every day. If people follow me, every day. I'm posing every single freaking day, man. It becomes just normal, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's a piece of advice that I can, I would give to somebody. If you're uncomfortable with posing in front of people, just start posing in your gym. Look in the mirror. Yeah, people are going to look at you, but look in the mirror and just start posing. And you'll get comfortable with, posing. And then once you get on stage, under the lights, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
Nah, facts. And I think I hate when people come up to me and like, well, how often do you pose? And I'll be like, every day. Well, how long do you pose? As long as I need to. You know what I mean? Like, I recommend, you starting off minimum 3 minutes a day. That's super early in prep. And then you gradually get longer and longer and longer. Like, there isn't no magic number that says, hey, you'll get posing down if you do it for this number. Like, do it till what they say, like amateur does it till they get it right. A pro does it till he can't get it wrong. Like, that's what it is. Yeah, something like that. Hey, it sounded good. You say anything with confidence and come off as real good. They be like, oh yeah. I'm gonna remember that. Yeah. But just to segue into that, as you guys know, we both offer posing coaching. So that is no secret. Jamal has helped well over a lot of pros. I have helped a lot of pros and amateurs, and he helped amateurs as well get to the point of either obtaining a pro card or getting close to obtaining a pro card. So do not hesitate. You guys can always reach out to us, book a posing session. And I know, like I said, I posted it yesterday. Go to Egoless Strength Instagram. I am accepting clients for the 2026 season. I will not be accepting clients for this season that wanted to compete this year. So if you want to get an off season in and work towards the early show next year, I'm all for it. And lifestyle people, I want that as well. If y'all want to, change your lifestyle, learn about flexible dieting, hit me up. Jamal, what's your pitch?
Hey, OCC, baby, original classic champ. Come holla at me. I get you right. Get you right. But before we end, because we just talked about, how important posing is, stage etiquette. That's another one I would throw out there. I don't see it happening with the females whatsoever. But the men, when we're posing, we have a tendency to do elbows and try to hop in front of somebody while they're posing. That's trash. Don't do that. Straight up trash.
They trying to hide you, man. They trying to hide you.
It's all good.
But once again, y'all, this is another episode. We're so glad that you guys watching. If you made it all the way through and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. But until next time, we will holler at you guys. Peace.
Peace.